Uh, I wanted to talk a little bit about Milan and basically about my experience of living here, especially as a woman. Um, I think it's a city that has a very, very good image in general. Like, it's a nice city, obviously, but also a lot of people are aware that it's quite dangerous in comparison to a lot of other European cities. But I never actually believed that fully until I started living here. And even though I'm only living here for 5 months in total, uh, I felt it quite a lot, I would say. And I've already heard quite some stories and already had a lot of situations happening to me personally that made me really feel like it is quite dangerous to live here, especially as a woman. I've been living in Barcelona for many years now, and I've always assumed that it was kind of the same here, but I would say it's much worse, in my opinion. I don't know why exactly, but in only 2 months that I've been staying here, I've been catcalled so many times. I've been screamed at on a train station. I've been harassed on the street. A man tried to kiss me when I was just passing by, walking to my house. So I would say quite a lot of stuff is happening here. I've seen already a couple of times police detaining people on the street. So it definitely does not feel like a very safe place to live. And I would even say that it doesn't really depend that much on the neighborhood. Of course, there are worse areas, but stuff like this happens everywhere. And what I wanted to say is that I never felt the need to actually have any self-defense tools for myself. I mean, I always took the precautions of making sure my friends or my family knows where I am at the moment, for me to share my location and all the stuff like that whenever I have to walk somewhere alone at night. But here I felt like it's so much more dangerous that every time I'm by myself, I don't listen to the music on my way home. Of course, again, it really depends on the area still. I'm kind of contradicting myself here, but I would say that my area is not very nice to live in. So whenever I have to do my 10-minute walk from the station to my house, I'm always hyper aware of my surroundings. And I really, as a rule, I never listen to music. I always have my headphones in, but I never listen to nothing there, because I always want to be aware if someone is walking behind me, if someone is at the same street. I feel like it's very important. And basically, the main thing that I want to say is that I really felt the need now lately to get some ways to feel safer. And for me, I got two things. First one is this. Is a Flammate Pacific grenade that is made by a woman from Barcelona. I honestly don't remember her name, to my shame, but it's a genius device, really, because it's a grenade that you have to pull like that, like you hang it on your bag or on your belt, wherever you need it, and wherever you feel in danger. Well, not exactly when you feel in danger, but when you are, let's say, attacked or something is happening, you can just pull on it. You need to use quite some force, but not too much. It's not difficult, but plenty, so it doesn't go off by itself. Like, I can pull on it like this and it's not going to do anything. So you have to pull on it, and it will have a siren, but also it will send your location to your emergency contacts. Also, it is possible to send it to all the users of the same app in the area, and even to the emergency services like the police, if you want to turn on this option. So yeah, basically, I have found it very useful. Luckily, I never got to use it, like I never had to use it, but I always have it on me, hanging on my bag or on my belt, anywhere I can reach for it in a second. And it really makes me feel much safer, because at some point I became so paranoid. And I don't even think it's paranoid. I think it's just taking into consideration all the surroundings and all the possibilities. It's not impossible. Like, sometimes I walk home and I pass like a big wide van, and I think, what if someone jumps out of it and just drags me into the van, and I will never I will never be found. So I feel like, at least for the scenarios like this in my head, I feel much safer to think that no matter what happens, no matter if someone attacks me, jumps me on the street, I can always pull it and it will make a very loud noise, which already is a big help because it drags a lot of attention to you, and also it kind of discombobulates the attacker. Could not find a better word for that. And yeah, like that definitely makes me feel safer. But I think the other thing that makes me even more safe is this, which they kind of made it look like a toy, but it's a proper pepper spray that is legal here in Italy, starting from 16 years old. You can legally purchase it in stores where they sell any type of guns and stuff for hunting, basically, or for fishing, but also in the pharmacies. I got mine in the pharmacy. It cost me like 15-20 euros. It costs around that. Normally they would ask for your ID when you get it, but I feel like the combination of these two is perfect for me, because I always feel like if someone actually attacks me, if I'm in actual physical danger, I don't feel like this can actually save me, if you know what I mean. I feel like it can protect me in a way, but not to stop the attacker 100%, but this can. And I feel like the combination is what makes me feel so much better. I feel like I think I don't even need to explain myself. It just makes sense, right? I always feel like, yeah, if someone touches me, if someone attacks me, if I'm in any physical danger, I can protect myself and let my family and my close friends know that I'm in danger, and I can call for help with this. So the point I'm trying to make is that if at any point you feel unsafe, I think it is very important to take care of that and to find a way to make your life safer and take all the precautions. Of course, I'm not even going to mention all the things that you should avoid as much as possible: getting home by yourself, or being somewhere without letting other people know that you're there. I think it's very important that all of your close people or your family should always know where you are at any given moment in case something happens. But of course, we cannot always be with our friends. We cannot always be protected by other people around us. We should take all the precautions when we're by ourselves, when living in our own hometowns, places where we live, but also while traveling. And for me, I think this has been like a life-changing thing, because now I feel really much safer, and I think my family also feels much better knowing that in case something happens, I will be all right. So yeah, this is my experience here in Milan. I will definitely keep using this and keep having it with me at all times when I go back to Barcelona. But to be honest, I really never felt the need to have it there. I don't know why. I know that it's also not the safest city here. I know that a lot of people had a lot of different experiences with being robbed. At least the friends that I have, I had a friend who got robbed like with a knife on the street. But maybe I was just lucky enough not to experience any of it by myself. But yeah, it definitely made me feel much better and much safer to have this on me at all times. And yeah, so basically the grenade I always have on me at all times, and the pepper spray, normally I have it in my pocket or in my bag when I'm with other people, when I'm with my friends. But as soon as I have to walk home, I normally have it hanging around my neck. Sometimes I even hold it in my hand like that. By the way, to properly use it, if someone doesn't know, the ideal way is not to use it like this as a spray, but to use it like that with your thumb, because like this you have less chances of turning your wrist towards yourself by accident, or like someone pushing your wrist, so you have way lower chances of actually getting it into your eyes. And yeah, you should always get it on like a full stretched out arm. and then spray it on the person who is the danger for you at the moment. Luckily, I never had to use it, but there were a few situations when I didn't have it, and I wish I did. So I hope everybody out there stays safe and takes care of themselves, and yeah, good luck out there. There's one thing that I realized that I forgot to mention that I think people bring up quite a lot when talking about cities like Milan, that they think that the main issue of the places like this is the fact that you can get your stuff stolen. And I would say, honestly, for me, when we're speaking about safety, this is the last thing that comes to my mind. Genuinely, I don't think it's that big of an issue if someone steals your watch or your collar. Of course, it feels horrible, and it's very shitty when it happens to people. But I still feel like safety issues is a separate issue in a way, because I would much rather someone steal something from me than something bad happening to me safety-wise. And I think it's very important to mention. On the other hand, I've been struggling quite a lot lately with even entering my apartment after living it for a long time, since I live by myself at the moment. And what happened was that a roommate of a friend of mine, she got all of her stuff stolen from her room. But the craziest part of it is that she was in the apartment. Someone broke into her room through the window while she was in the kitchen making herself a meal. And this is terrifying. The person who stole everything from her room, she lost everything. This person was inside her apartment while she was there. And thank God she was safe and nothing actually happened to her. It's unbelievably sad what happened to her stuff, that she lost it all. It's terrible. But I think it's still very good that the person, as crazy as it was, to break into someone's apartment while the person is still inside. I mean, this person, this someone who broke into her place must have been not well, to say the least. And I think it is a miracle that nothing bad happened to her. And yeah, I mean, it's these things, can you really prevent it? I don't know. Like right now, we all talked with our friends about it, and it was a good reminder for us to always close your windows, close your doors with all the keys possible. Just try to be safe and take all the precautions. But I think that here the issue is that she was inside. How cautious can you be? Like, is she supposed to close the blinds and the windows every time she leaves her room? I think that's a bit too much. I think we shouldn't have to do that. But yeah, stuff like this happens, unfortunately. It's horrible. In this case, it is a safety issue. I don't know what I would have done. I think it would take me forever to get over it, and I cannot imagine the anxiety that it must have cost her. Actually, I think I should check up on her. I should ask my friend how she's doing. But yeah, that's just the point I want to bring up, that I think, like I said, the people who think that the main issue in cities like this would be the fact that they can get their phone stolen, I think this is the least of the bad things, the least, well, you know what I mean, not the worst thing that can happen to you, for sure. It's sad, but happens. It's okay. I wanted to finish this video by saying that I hope you all can stay safe out there, take care of yourself, take all the possible precautions, and look out for each other, and good luck.